Hi guys, how's it going? Had a wonderful summer. Check it out. You can see my hand, isn't that fancy? Got my document camera at home. So I'm recording this in the middle of the day when both of my children are awake like a crazy person because I am positive that Zandy or Penny will be interrupting me any minute now, but right now Zandy is distracted by the movie Trolls and Penny's talking to her grandpa on the phone, so maybe this will work out. Let's find out. You should have printed off the pre-algebra practice test and given it a try. So first thing I'm going to do is tell you all of the answers really quick. I'm just going to say it verbally and then we'll go through all the math. Okay? This is a reminder that there's also a discussion forum on this page on Schoology, so you can ask any extra questions you have that maybe I didn't answer. So make sure that you check that out and ask those questions. Also, as you go through this 6 test series, make sure that you write down any general big questions that you have because there'll be a chance at the end for you to ask about a couple extra topics, and I'm going to make a couple extra videos for you at the very end. So if you're going through any of this and you're like, oh my gosh, factoring was so tough, I didn't remember how to do any of it, then maybe factoring is what you should ask about. So make sure you kind of jot it down when you're really confused so that we can maybe possibly go over that again at the end. Oh, and just as a reminder, this is something that I am, not to sound like a amazing human being, but I am not paid to do this at all. This is not an actual class through the high school. This is not worth any kind of credit. So keep that in mind that I'm doing this in my free time in the summer to help you guys because I care. But this is not actually a class that I'm supposed to be teaching technically. So anyway, all right, here we go. The answers are, for number 1 is D like dog, 2 is K, 3 is E like elephant, 4 is J, 5 is A like apple, 6 is J, 7 is C, 8 is G like giant, 9 is C like cat, 10 is H, 11 is C like cat, 12 is J, 13 is B like boy, 14 is H, and 15 is E like elephant. Elephant. All right, here we go. So you're going to want a calculator for your math. This could be a scientific calculator or a TI-83 or a TI-84. They accept all those on the ACT. I have these at school if you don't have one. This is my cell phone because you can get an app that will just imitate this, which is what I use every time I'm at home. So you can't use, of course, an app on the ACT, but it helps at home. So here we go. Samantha had 3 more cookies than Arthur. Then Arthur gave her 4 of his cookies. Now, how many more cookies does Samantha have than Arthur? Now, this seems like a super simple question, but the hard part is always, what exactly are they asking you at the end? And if you have a hard time kind of imagining, okay, 3 more than that person, and they gave you 4, and then how many more do they have? It's best just to use examples and to write them directly on the test. So the more you write, the better, in your scratch paper, whatever. So, I don't know, let's say that Samantha had 8 cookies, and she has 3 more cookies than Arthur, so Arthur's got 5 cookies, and then Arthur gave her 4 of his cookies, so now Arthur has 1 cookie, and Samantha has 4 more cookies, so now she has 12 cookies. Okay, now, if you didn't read the question right, and you just thought the question is, how many cookies does Samantha have, you would have circled E, but that's not right, because it says, how many more cookies does Samantha have than Arthur? So that's 12 minus 1, which is 11. That is 11 cookies, D. Okay. Number 2. The daily total of dinner customers served at Little Chef restaurant last Tuesday through Sunday were those 5 numbers. And what was the average number of lunch customers served each day? Okay, so average means that you add all the numbers up and divide by how many you have. So we're going to take 232 and 263 and 298 and 472 and 451 and 372. So is that 6 numbers? So we're going to divide by 6. When you put this in your calculator, which I'm not going to show you because I know how you know how to put things in a calculator, make sure that you put parentheses around the top. That's important because order of operations will give you a different answer. Or if you're on a scientific calculator, then just do all the top stuff first, hit enter, and then divide by 6. And you should get K, 348. All right, Adrian has 5 striped shirts in his drawer and 6 solid colored shirts hanging together in his closet. In his haste to get to his appointment, he randomly grabs one. That's silly. All right. So what's the probability that a shirt grabs is solid colored? Well, this is a simple probability, so it's just a part out of a whole. And let's see, 6 solid shirts is how many he has. And there are 11 shirts total, so the chances are 6 out of 11, which is E, elephant. 4, a package of 12 pencils is priced at $1.20 now. If the pencils go on sale for 25% off the current price, what will the sale price be of the package? Okay, so 2 ways to do this. One way is to think about what's left. So we had $1.20, and I had 100% of the price, but then I lost 25% of the price. So I can kind of think about it as, okay, I've got 75% of the price left, which is 90 cents, which is the right answer. J. But some of you might prefer that instead you'd say, okay, well, I've got $1.20, and 25% of that is 30 cents. So I know that my original $1.20, if I subtract my sale off of it, now they're priced at 90 cents. So that's another way to do it. I prefer the first way because it's faster, but both are right. So number 5, what is the 317th digit after the decimal point in the repeating decimal, that garbage? Okay, so this line over it means that it keeps repeating over and over, right? So we got like 0.68423, and then again another 68423, and then another 68423, etc. So this right here, this is the first decimal place. This is the second, third, fourth, and fifth. And then if this kept going, this would be the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, the 10th, and then it would just keep going, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It would just keep repeating over and over in a cycle. So if you think about this, really all you have to know is it's the 7th digit, right? So this right here, the number 8, is the 7th digit. It's also the 17th digit. It's also the 27th digit. It's also the 37th or 317th digit. So that is A. Just in case you were thinking, maybe she's not at home, she's not exactly like she is at school. I mean, yeah, I'm not exactly like I am at school. For example, I'm wearing pajama pants right now, but I am drinking coffee, so that's stable. Okay. All right. The goal of this class is to make you comfortable with stuff you've learned before in the past, so that when you're taking the ACT, you're not wasting time trying to remember what you used to know. So hopefully this will give you some reminders. Okay, what is the value of 9 minus x absolute value if x is 11? Well, this is absolute value, 9 minus 11, absolute value. 9 minus 11 is negative 2, and the absolute value is the distance away a number is from 0. So negative 2 is 2 spots away from 0, so the answer is positive 2, which is J. Okay. Next up, that there. All right, next up, we're multiplying a whole bunch of fractions. So hopefully you remember that you can cancel things out on the bottoms and tops of fractions when you're multiplying together. For example,